بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
رسول الله رسول الله رسول.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Hello, everybody. So, I just have a spontaneous one because I was going on about how Islam equals Nazism, and then, of course, I found this beautiful little YouTube short with a Muslim speaking German and how much it resembles the speech of Hitler. I mean, it's really not the same words used, but it really reminds you of Hitler's speech. So let's take a look.
Sie kennen zwei Leute von den Männern jetzt. Und ihr wisst das selber. Und ihr wisst das selber. Aber derjenige, der ein Vorstand von der Moschee ist, der jeden Tag zur Moschee geht, der hat es nur mit diesen paar Leuten zu tun von seiner Gemeinde. Und deswegen kapiert er das nicht. Wir müssen die Dawah auf die Straße bringen. Wir müssen die Dawah zu den Menschen bringen. Wir müssen die Dawah in jedes Haus bringen. Wir müssen die Dawah überall hinbringen. Wir können keine Blockhütte im Wald bauen, wo wir Dawah draufschreiben, bis irgendeiner sich verläuft. Das müssen die Leute endlich kapieren. Deine Tochter wird sich nicht in eine versteckte Moschee verlaufen. Guck dir mal die Spielhallen an. Guck dir mal die Drogendealer an. Was ist in den Bordells los? Wir sind hier auf dem Nullpunkt. Liebe Geschwister, seid die Soldaten Allahs in diesem Land. Ich rede von Soldaten Allahs nicht nur im Kampf im wahrsten Sinne des Wortes, sondern mit dieser Botschaft. Liebe Geschwister, die Dawah in diesem Land ist Fadul ein für jeden, der sie praktizieren kann. Und man heult immer viel über Leute, die in anderen Ländern am Sterben sind. Und die Tränen sind berechtigt. Die Tränen sind voll berechtigt. Und die Wut ist komplett berechtigt. Wenn wir in Ländern wie Palästina sehen, wie unsere Geschwister unterdrückt werden. Aber liebe Geschwister, diese Leute sterben als Muslime. Ach, wisst ihr, wie viele Leute vom Islam austreten? Wie viele Leute abfallen? Wie viele Leute beeinflusst werden? Wie viele Schayatinen eingesetzt werden, um diese Religion zu bekämpfen? Und deswegen, liebe Geschwister, das ist der Ausgangspunkt. Das ist unsere Situation. Die Religion wird von allen Seiten bekämpft. Und wir bauen Blockhütten im Wald, wo wir denken, da verläuft sich vielleicht jemand, lernt den Islam. Ja, Blockhütten im Wald. Aber der Wald ist hier kein Wald im wahrsten Sinne des Wortes, sondern sind Industriegebiete. Ha, Industriegebiete ist genau wie der Wald.
So now let's listen to the speech of Hitler, 1934.
Auf den Gebieten des wirtschaftlichen Lebens. Hier wird ein Gesetz alles Handeln bestimmen. Das Volk lebt nicht für die Wirtschaft und die Wirtschaft existiert nicht für das Kapital, sondern das Kapital dient der Wirtschaft und die Wirtschaft dem Volk.
Allahu Akbar.
Der Bruch der uns in den 14 Punkten Wilsons gemachten Zusicherungen begann für Deutschland, das heißt für das schaffende deutsche Volk, einen Tag grenzenlosen Unglücks.
It's not one of his.
Er wäre auch ohne weiteres bereit, seine gesamte militärische Einrichtung überhaupt aufzulösen und den kleinen Rest der
There we go.
verbliebenen Waffen zu zerstören,
Ah,
wenn die anliegenden
kinda
Nationen
weak.
ebenso restlos das Gleiche tun.
Oh, weak. Let's see. This one maybe?
Du meine Arbeit
There we go.
für richtig hältst, ob du glaubst, dass ich fleißig gewesen bin, dass ich gearbeitet habe, dass ich mich in diesen Jahren für dich eingesetzt habe,
There we
dass
go.
ich anständig meine Zeit verwendet habe.
You know what I should do? I should make a I should make a video with this guy.
Auf die Straße bringen.
Wait. I got. Oh, I can't do that. Play the sound of Hitler, but with this guy. Yeah, the sound of Hitler. I should make a video. The sound of Hitler. No, the sound of this guy, but with the image of Hitler. Yeah.
Gibst du jetzt eine Stimme ab? Wenn ja, dann tritt für mich ein, so wie ich für dich eingetreten bin.
Allahu Akbar.
This clip shows Nazi leader.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. So that's what I wanted to really highlight, that this guy sounds exactly like the Führer. Oh.
Und ihr wisst das selber. Aber derjenige, der ein Vorstand von der Moschee ist, der jeden Tag zur Moschee
Yeah.
geht, der hat es nur mit
I'm gonna do that for sure. It fits perfectly. All right, so the next thing I wanted to say is this guy, I don't know who it is, but some feedback. Enjoyed your video, some of it quite informative. A polite proposal though, more homework on European institutions, e.g. ECHR, and tighten up your script points. It's kind of dull watching you scroll around in the vague hope of finding what you're you are looking for. Also, not quite sure what your point was. Freedom of speech? Question mark. In that case, good on ya. Keep it up. Well, you're polite. First, I have a right. Thank you for being polite and giving me feedback. I'll absolutely try to do that in the future to not scroll around and bore people. But my polite proposal to you is to check your typos before you send something. And my overall point was that Islam is a threat to Europe and, of course, the world, and no politicians actually talk about it. Even the politicians that claim that they talk about it actually don't talk about it because they talk about immigration and other stuff, and not about Islam at all. They will just say, yes, we agree Islam is bad, but that's it. Nothing to actually propose any solution for combating Islam. Very few politicians do, and that's what I try to highlight. That I'm gonna vote for the politicians that gonna combat Islam, and those are very, very few. All right, so that's actually everything I wanted to highlight. Let's listen to this guy again because it sounds so beautiful.
Sie kennen zwei Leute von den Männern jetzt. Und ihr wisst das selber. Und ihr wisst das selber. Aber derjenige, der ein Vorstand von der Moschee ist, der jeden Tag zur Moschee geht, der hat es nur mit diesen paar Leuten zu tun von seiner Gemeinde. Und deswegen kapiert er das nicht. Wir müssen die Dawah auf die Straße bringen. Wir müssen die Dawah zu den Menschen bringen. Wir müssen die Dawah in jedes Haus bringen. Wir müssen die Dawah überall hinbringen. Wir können keine Blockhütte im Wald bauen, wo wir Dawah draufschreiben. Und dann warten, bis irgendeiner sich verläuft. Das müssen die Leute endlich kapieren! Deine Tochter wird sich nicht in eine versteckte Moschee verlaufen! Guck dir mal die Spielhallen an! Guck dir mal die Drogendealer an! Was ist in den Bordells los? Wir sind hier auf dem Nullpunkt! Liebe Geschwister, seid die Soldaten Allahs in diesem Land. Ich rede von Soldaten Allahs, nicht nur im Kampf im wahrsten Sinne des Wortes, sondern mit dieser Botschaft. Liebe Geschwister, die Dawah in diesem Land ist Fadel für jeden, der sie praktizieren kann.
Well, hey, what's up, Logan? Nice to see you. But I don't see how stealth jihad can be completely stopped while Islam has a. I'm sorry, Logan, but what is stealth jihad with what I'm just showing? This is not stealth. This is blitzkrieg, man. This is far away from stealth. Nothing stealthy about this guy. But thank you. All right, so I think I'm gonna watch some Ikra cartoons. A long time ago since we watched Ikra. My gang is not here, sadly, but that's alright. I can watch one Ikra cartoon without them, I guess. right, now that we scare the kids away, let's see. The middleman, power of language. You know, it seems like they're on a break. Last one was 1 month ago. That's when we stopped watching Ikra. It's like they're not producing more cartoons. Hmm. Poor Ikra cartoons. Islam is dying, I guess. They don't have enough subscribers to watch their stuff anymore. But we're still good, loyal subscribers, and we love this channel. So do it for us, Ikra. Come on. We love your content.
Power of language. Once upon a time, there was a young boy named Zayd ibn Thabit radiallahu ta'ala anhu.
رضي
He was
تعالى لك
only
عنه.
about 10 years old when Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam first came to Medina, and that is when his life changed forever. He was so interested to learn more about the message of Islam and how it brought peace into the world, and always wanted to learn more. As Zayd radiallahu ta'ala anhu got older, he started becoming one of the most knowledgeable scholars at that time. He was famous for being extremely smart and having an amazing memory. One day, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam came to Zayd radiallahu
صلى
ta'ala
الله عليه
anhu
وسلم.
and made a special request to him. He asked Zayd radiallahu ta'ala anhu to
رضي
learn
تعالى
Hebrew,
لك
the
عنه.
language that the Jewish people spoke. At
I,
first,
I
Zayd
gotta learn how to
radiallahu ta'ala
pronounce that.
to
Hold on.
learn Hebrew, and made Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam came to Zayd radiallahu ta'ala anhu
رضي تعالى أتعتو. Yes.
to Zayd radiallahu ta'ala
راديو. Oh my God.
alayhi wasallam came to Zayd radiallahu
راديو راديو تعالى
ta'ala anhu and
عنه.
made a special
It's so
request to
hard.
him. He asked Zayd radiallahu ta'ala anhu to
راديو
learn
تعالى
Hebrew, the
عنه.
language that the Jewish people spoke. At first, Zayd radiallahu ta'ala anhu was very
تعالى عنه.
confused. He lived in
راديو
Medina
تعالى
and
عنه.
knew that there were many Jewish people who lived there, but did not understand why the Prophet wanted him to learn their language, especially since at that time most people couldn't even read or write their own language. But Zayd radiallahu ta'ala anhu wanted to make the Prophet happy and learned the Hebrew language. Day and night he worked really hard to learn the language. And finally, after some time, he was able to read and write the language very well. He was so good at Hebrew that he was easily able to translate Hebrew into Arabic. This was very helpful because the Muslims were living in an area where there were many Jewish people. And so, with this new skill, Zayd radiallahu ta'ala anhu was
Who
able to
could have
help the
thought,
Prophet
though, that the perfect language for Islam came in the 21st and 20th century, with German being the perfect language for Islam to adopt? Child terror propaganda. Yep, that's what it is. Point from above. Thank you. That's exactly what it is. S-
communicate with the Jewish community and helped create peace agreements between the Muslim and Jewish community. Seeing Zayd radiallahu ta'ala anhu's skills, the Jewish scholars of Medina were very impressed and started to respect him. And they would also come to him with questions and ask his opinion and advice on many things because he was so smart. Zayd radiallahu ta'ala anhu was always very happy to help and loved learning more about the Jewish faith. After the Prophet's death, When Islam started to spread outside of Arabia, he started learning the other languages
Whoa, whoa,
too.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Altogether,
You kind of skipped a little bit there. So Muhammad died.
and loved learning more about the Jewish faith. After the Prophet's death, when Islam started to
Yeah, Islam started to spread, right? Like, just not gonna mention how. Really? You're gonna skip that over? By the way, of course, Palestine is here. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Palestine and Lebanon was not like these countries. But and by the way, like they tried to erase, of course, Israel from the map every time, every chance, and saying the good Jews, of course, were the ones in Medina who listened to the Muslims. So Islam started to spread just like that. No mention of sword and terrorism and full-on subjugation, killing every women and child in their way. No mention of jizya, dimitude, no mention of slavery. No, just Islam spread.
spread outside of Arabia, he started learning the other languages too. Altogether, Zayd radiallahu ta'ala anhu was an expert in the languages of Arabic, Hebrew, Syriac, and Persian. He was able to read and write all of these languages, which was very important when Islam spread all over to the
Again,
different
yeah, very
empires or
important.
countries. With
Very
this
important.
knowledge,
Wait,
he was
what?
able
Hold
to
on, hold
help
on. What did they show?
with
Islam spread?
Hebrew, Syriac, and Persian. He was able to read and write all of these languages, which was very important when Islam spread all over
Where
to
did it
the
spread?
different empires or countries.
Oh, Islam spread to the Greek Isles. Yeah, just to invite people to Islam, of course, and everybody became a Muslim because they saw the beauty of Islam, right? Islam started to spread. So I'm pretty sure that Greece didn't speak these languages. So which languages
Write
again?
all of these languages, which was very of Arabic,
Arabic,
Hebrew,
Hebrew,
Syriac,
Syrian,
and
Persian.
Persian.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Greeks did not speak any of those. So I don't know. Like when Islam started to spread to Greek, and by the way, Turkey didn't speak it either. Like what?
When Islam spread all
Yeah,
over to the different empires
you should have learned perhaps Roman because Turkey was part of the Roman Empire. So was Greece. So was Syria. So was actually Philistine. And like all these, like yeah, you're just gonna pretend like the Roman language did not exist. Like, come on.
or countries. With this knowledge, he
Hey,
was
proud
able to
kafir.
help the Muslim Ummah as the world was drastically changing. This story shows us how important it is to make sure that we are updated with the latest skills so that the Muslim Ummah is not behind. Zayd radiallahu ta'ala anhu knew that the Prophet's
The
first
Ummah is
order
not
for
behind.
us
Like the Ummah is behind always, even today. Like they were always behind.
was to read and gain knowledge.
Oh, to reading,
And that is
sure.
exactly what he did.
Mhm.
This was helpful when he started becoming an expert in learning the other languages to make sure that the Muslims were able to communicate with the other strong empires at that time.
Like the
This
Romans, like seriously, but the Romans spoke Latin. What the hell?
is just a small example of how Zayd ibn Thabit radiallahu ta'ala anhu helped the Muslim Ummah. His most
Mhm.
important thing that Zayd ibn Thabit radiallahu ta'ala anhu ever did was that he was actually the leader of the Quran compilation project during Caliph Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu's time. With the love of his language, he was able to become a stronger Muslim. and helped the
Strong
Muslim
Muslim.
Ummah in a time when Muslims started changing world politics to bring peace into our world.
Islam changed politics, alright, but it wasn't about peace. It was about piss, camel piss. Oh, bringing peace in. What nonsense. And by the way, didn't like how did Ibn Thabit think about all the Qurans being burned that didn't suit the narrative? Hmm. I always forget who it was. Abu Bakr, Uthman, or was it Uthman? Yeah, I think it was Uthman. Yeah, I wonder how he felt when all the Quran manuscripts were burned who didn't suit the narrative. Spreading peace in the world. Man, come on.
This was the end of our story for today. Make sure to give this
Alhamdulillah.
video a like, share it with your friends and
I'm not
family.
gonna share it or like it, but I'm gonna promote it on my channel and laugh at you. But I have to say, I'm quite sad that I don't know. I hope they have they're on vacation, even though the summertime and vacation is a kufar concept, and they had Ramadan, and during Ramadan they were actually releasing a lot of content. So I don't know how that works, but I hope they come back. I mean, Islam isn't dying that fast, is it? That they're like gonna give up on the stories to inspire kids. Come on now, Ikra cartoon. We need you. Shall I watch one more? Islam means peace. No, it means submission to Muhammad. Yep, that's very true. Very true. Let's watch one more. Rock of Money. All right, sure, why not?
Rock of Money. This story is from Ibn Kathir. Once upon a
Ibn
time,
Ghafir?
there was a rich man who had a lot of money from his businesses. One day, he learned about the importance of giving to others in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, he decided to donate a big chunk of his money to help others. He felt really happy after giving away all that money to help people who really needed it. But as time passed by, the rich man started feeling sad. He thought about all the things he could have done with his money if he only did not give it away. After a while, he started to think that he made a big mistake and wanted his money back. One day, he prayed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and asked for his money to be returned. To his surprise, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala responded and said that his wealth would be returned, but not in the way that he expected. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then said that his
Hold on.
wealth would
Hold
come
on a
back.
second. This guy is not a prophet. It's just some random guy. How could Allah respond to just some random guy? I mean, that's unheard of. This guy doesn't even have a name. He's not a Sahaba. He's not a prophet. So how could Allah respond to him? That's weird.
To him as a big rock, and he would have to carry it wherever he went. The man was shocked and felt like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was punishing him for being greedy. He started carrying the rock around with him wherever he went, but it was very hard for him to carry this huge rock. As time passed by, he felt embarrassed by his actions. As time went by, the man realized his mistake and begged for forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He understood that his wealth was a gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and that he should be grateful for it even after donating it away. He also realized that giving it to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was not only about money, but it was a way to show his thanks and faith to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Finally, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgave him and returned his wealth back to him. The man promised to never be greedy again and to use his money
So
to help others.
Allah responds, give favors, punishes, and then rewards some random guy with money. That's more than what he did for Muhammad, because it says in the Quran that Allah is restrictive of his miracles. So this random guy somehow just, oh my God, it's Saeed once more. Man, you gotta be a fucking troll. You know what? Since I'm in a good mood, Saeed, why don't you come up here and talk to me? Come up and let's have a talk. Let's see what you got. Let's see what you got. Come up here. I mean, we already debunked you last time, Saeed. We showed you that you were full of shit, but you keep saying this bullshit. So maybe you can come up with another argument today. Surprise us. Anyway, I was saying that it's weird that in the Quran it says that Allah is restrictive of His miracles, yet this random guy, uh, not a prophet, not anything, no name, just some rich guy, got miracles sent down directly from Allah. No intermission, no Jibril, nothing like that. So he had somehow Allah responded better to him than to Muhammad. Because remember, during the satanic verses, Allah couldn't get to Muhammad because there was a dog in the house and there were pagan statues in the house. So he he couldn't tell him that I'm sorry, but you're committing shirk. You shouldn't do this. So Allah was very restricted with Muhammad, especially upon Muhammad's death. Muhammad ate poison, got revelation after the poison. Allah did not help him with death at all. So this guy seemed to have more favors from Allah than Muhammad. Yet this is some random guy. Very weird.
And from that point on, he started become extremely generous from the bottom of his heart, and the people loved him very much. This story from Ibn Kathir teaches us that giving to others is very important, no matter how much or how little we have. It also reminds us that being grateful for what we have is important, and we should never forget to say sorry when we make mistakes. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us to use our wealth or money to help others.
Oh, I was muted. That's interesting because I do not recall Muhammad ever saying sorry for anything. In fact, whatever he did, even if it was horrible, somehow he got a pass from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because he's infallible. So Muhammad never apologized to anybody, just justified by another Quran verse. I have a relation, and Allah told me, that I can be a piece of shit. So kind of contradicts the whole Muhammad story. Let's see. Abu Bakr asked for his greeting back from Christians. Huh, I don't know this actually. Uh, I don't know what you're talking about, but wouldn't surprise me. Are you talking about the Assalamu alaikum and you cannot say alaikum salam, you have to say just alaikum? Is that the thing? Huh. Anyway.
And become good Muslims. Ameen. This was the
I
end of
mean,
our story for today. Make sure to give this video a like, share it with your friends
yeah,
and
no.
family, and subscribe.
All right, well, that's all I have for today. I see that our troll Saeed will not come up and try to defend his dean again because he failed last time. He just tried to troll. And that hadith, it's okay. You don't need to find it right now. We can talk about that later. So this is a very short one. Um, I think I'm gonna work on that video, as I said, and post it on my channel when it's done. So, as a good measure, remember that Muhammad was a pedophile by listening to this song.
She was just 9 years old. She was only playing with her dolls. A 50-something old Rasul approached. But coming from Allah, it's not an assault. She got sick from all the pressure, shortage of breath, and her hair fell off. Why was her silence seen as consent? Poor baby Aisha, she was innocent. She's the mother of all the believers, the title for being with a child abuser. Why Muhammad didn't leave her alone? Allah told him that child rape is condoned. Oh, Aisha, Aisha, pedophilia. Aisha, Aisha, cry, cry, cry. Aisha, Aisha is a victim. Aisha, Aisha, testify. They still blame you for starting the war, and you've been accused of adultery. But you were just a little child. What's wrong with Islam? 'Cause that's so wild. Aisha, Aisha, pedophilia. Aisha, Aisha, cry, cry, cry. Why won't you tell her story? Why so shy about your psycho-prophet's glory? A role model for Muslims to follow, but now they have to defend a criminal pedo. Do they expect us to believe that a perfect messenger wouldn't know much better? This is Aisha's tale of abuse. Her father Abu Bakr was so confused until the Muslims speak the truth. Her story must be told to save the youth. Aisha, Aisha, pedophilia. Oh, Aisha, Aisha, remember her name. Aisha, Aisha, one more time. Aisha, Aisha, what did he do to you? Aisha, Sahih hadith are true. Oh, Aisha, Aisha, pedophilia. Aisha, Aisha, cry, cry, cry. Aisha, Aisha is a victim. Aisha, Aisha, testify.
All right. I hope people get the message. So for today, thank you all for watching and see you next time.